Hi guys, this is Jamie with gettingcrafty.net. That's gettingcrafty.net. Today you're going to join me for a very sweet and simple card that's sparkly and fabulous. Why? Because every girl needs to sparkle. Well, today we're going to be using some unusual colors with a dash of silver to really sparkle up the holiday cards. So this was created at a recent Facebook Live with our Getting Crafty family, where we accented this beautiful designer series paper, our Rococo Rose color, ink pad and cardstock, and our silver foiled note cards. You can see this full tutorial on my blog at gettingcrafty.net. That's gettingcrafty.net. Creating this beautiful card is super easy to do while it's stunning as well. I love the addition of sparkle and foil when you're crafting. The silver accents here are just dynamic. They're subtle, but they're beautiful. And we're gonna have Christmas sparkling trees out there and this beautiful deer. So creating this is so easy to do with these two stamp sets. Using the non-traditional colors like Rococo Rose for our cardstock and our stamp ink, we're going to also accent with Itty Bitty Christmas. That's our greeting stamps. That's item number 150513. 150513. This is actually a bundle, a must-have bundle, I'm just going to say. Then we're going to use the Nature's Beauty stamp set. That's item number 150528. 150528. This is near and dear to my heart because every order in support of this stamp set goes to support mental health awareness. And with many of us having suffered from family or friends that suffer on a regular basis, or even if we have a short-term basis like depression, stress, anxiety, all of that follows under the mental stress and mental health awareness. And we need to take better care of ourselves. So in order to do so, I encourage you to first take care of you. Secondly, go ahead and support others, and this great stamp set is a great way to do so. A part of it goes to every single person. Every single order gets to go to support that cause. Now, we're going to go ahead with this beautiful reindeer, or just deer. Actually, it's not a reindeer, I don't know. And a scrap of Whisper White cardstock. We're going to accent it with our stunning Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper here. It's a photo on one side and metallic accent on the other, which makes it near impossible to decide which side you're going to use. It's item number 150444. You can see all these items and shop with me on my blog at gettingcrafty.net. So here you can see, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of this stunning collection of imagery. Gorgeous, gorgeous images. I cannot take photos like my friends can. I have some amazing photography friends, and I am not that amazing, let me tell you. But these cards this is easy to create a stunning card that will blow people away. Then you have those great metallic accents on the other side, just like that. Using the Rococo Rose cardstock, that's 150882, 150882. We've cut this to 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And we're going to be using the silver foil edged note cards. That's 20 note cards and 20 coordinating envelopes, just like so. And I love that addition of sparkle and bling with very little effort. And it's item number 147900. That's 147900. First of all, matching envelopes. Yes, please. Look at that. You guys, a pretty envelope in the mail. It's kind of like getting your Christmas a little bit early. Just saying. Then we're going to take and using our bone folder, we're going to impress upon the edge of this note card. And I do impress from behind. So I'll do a bone crisp edge from behind. And look at that card. So beautiful, very little effort needed. Then we're going to take our Rococo Rose and we're going to take some Stampin' Dimensional adhesive, and we're going to take it on the back of the Rococo Rose there. Do 4 dimensionals. I place my dimensional down and then I remove it. This prevents me from getting adhesive on my hands. Right here. Then I pick it up. I often put my finger on the adhesive so that I know where it's going to go. And then I'm going to stand. Why? Because I have to see it's going to go across the top of one edge, and I can't see that well if I'm sitting when I'm crafting. Just like so. That makes this look so stinking elegant. And I am not a fan of pinks. I'm gonna be honest if you know me. I'm covered in ink right now, I know, but pink is not my gig. But this is so beautiful just the way it is. Now I'm going to move our deer over, our piece of Whisper white cardstock, and this stunning, stunning designer series paper. So we're gonna use the Rococo Rose ink pad. And we're going to take the Itty Bitty Christmas greeting. And it says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Why? 2 for 1, sister. 2 for 1. I am all about easy crafting. And so we're gonna stamp that down just like so. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. What you say? Yes, I say. Now we're gonna take our, from that same Nature's Beauty stamp set, it has this gorgeous snow or stars. You can see another versions of this on my blog if you were to click it at gettingcrafty.net. We are going to take this silver Delicata ink pad that's called Silver Shimmer, and it really does shimmer. And we're going to take and dip it in. Don't dip it hard, just go light. And kind of move it around here. I'm filling in the night sky, or the sky right there. If you go over, nobody's going to die. I hate that. I should have put my grid paper underneath, of course. Just like so. Now, I found that the Delicata needs to set for a little bit to like settle for the ink because it's a metallic base. So let me see if you can see it better without the light. There you go. You can see those beautiful, sometimes too much light is blinding, but there you go. You see that little sparkle to the sky. Then I store my ink pads upside down. Stampin' Up's ink pads do that naturally, but I'm gonna do mine just like that. And we're gonna take our clear Wink of Stella. And we're gonna take those snow frosted trees and we're just gonna make them sparkle. I live here in California, so I do have to go up to the lake in order to get this. Here I go up to Big Bear Lake. That is where we vacation quite regularly, and I have retreats up there at the lake as well. Fabulous retreats, let me just say. All-inclusive fabulous retreats every September. And I'm gonna accent the bottom here, just a little zhuzh. I am not touching the greeting because I don't want that to blend. Now I'm gonna turn off the light again, just so you can see that sparkle. You ready? You can see it better without the light. I don't know why that is, but it is. I love it. It's a subtle accent to that card. Now just take your Stampin' Dimensional adhesive again, and look at the back. That silver foil pattern, so beautiful. It's hard to pick a side for me, especially with such beautiful imagery on both sides. I'm gonna stand again, and when I place my designer series paper, I just wanna look at one edge. I don't worry about the other. If it looks like it's even on one edge, the rest of it falls into place. Now you're gonna let this set while you go ahead and stamp your deer. Now I'm just taking a strip here. This is 2 inches, just a strip off of my cutting board, nothing fancy. I used it, I don't know, for something else, probably to frame something or to stamp fussy cut, I don't know. We're gonna take the gray granite ink pad. And the reason I'm using the gray granite ink pad is it's gray, but it also has an undertone of tan. So some grays are blue based, some grays are more warm based, and this is a warm based ink. We're gonna take our reindeer. This is a fine line detail. You can see that there, that deer is gorgeous. Growing up in the Central Coast of California, with my dad, we would leave for jobs and go do construction, which is what I grew up doing, at like 4:30 or 5 in the morning. And we would see those bucks, those 5-point bucks, I guess is what they are, multiple point bucks. I'm not a hunter, so I don't know. And the deer come out of the forest along the Central Coast and walk through the wineries. So if you're ever in Santa Maria, California, or any of that, that is the area I grew up. That Central Coast from Santa Barbara to, I forgot, I'm gonna close this. Santa Barbara through San Luis Obispo is my stomping grounds. Now using our blender pen. Hello, blender pen. Oh, and don't miss out. We'll be having a big retreat in Pismo Beach, California in March. So in March, we will be in Pismo Beach, California on the beach for an all-inclusive retreat. Make sure you check it out on my blog at gettingcrafty.net. That's gettingcrafty.net. Now back to this card. The blender pen. A blender pen is different from an aqua painter because it's a glycerin-based pen. So it's going to take your colors and blend it in together. I don't want this to look so stark with this imagery here. I wanted it to be soft. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of that color and blend it out, just a little bit here. I'm gonna go into the shadowed areas and I'm gonna color there first. And then I'm gonna pull the color to the line and blend it. Easy to do. Little effort. I don't want the deer like stark dark, and I also don't want it, I don't like images to color in too dark if I can avoid it. So I'm just blending out that color. Again, going into the areas where it already has a natural darkness, accenting that while pulling it to the other area. Okay, so coloring the deer, I just want to point out, I would go to the area that's naturally shadowed and I'll take and darken that area there. So the darker side that's not facing the sun. You want to find your source of light. And so the underlegs here, I have a tendency to darken, and then around the face, right so. Now, easy peasy lemon squeezy. I don't want to muddle the image, but I do want to soften the image. And that's an easy thing to do. Now I'm gonna take my Wink of Stella because we have Wink of Stella around. I don't want this deer to sparkle too much, but I do think that the nose and the eyes can twinkle and just, I don't know why, but I like the line of the ear and the hooves. Easy peasy. It darkens it up a little bit, but then they'll twinkle when people get the card and they're just like, oh, look at that space. It's like winking at you. That's why it's called Wink of Stella. Now we're gonna go ahead and using our paper snips. These are super precision, you guys. Gorgeous. These last for years and years and years. They're the best scissors you're gonna ever get. We're gonna fussy cut this out so that we can place it across the front of there. Now, this is my tip in cutting. Wherever I'm cutting, I always start to the side of it so that I am never cutting blind. What I mean by that is I often will start on this side here so that I can see the stamped image on this side. I am a right-handed stamper, so maybe that's why it works on this side for me. Maybe the other works for you. So I'll go around, and really these paper snips do all the work for you. And with my nerve damage on my hand, I do need that. But if you were to start on this side, you are blind here because you can't see where you're cutting here. So you're inclined to have miscuts. It's just a little thing that you can do to create a better cut image. As you can see, this deer is so cute and sweet. I do cut just on the outside of the line, so when I'm trimming, if I find there's a little piece of white there and I don't like it, not that it's a big deal on this one here, I try not to do as many of these. I just let the blades kind of do their work. Now, using our mini Stampin' Dimensionals, these are smaller than your normal dimensionals. We're going to adhesive this together. I'm just grabbing my minis right now. Here we go. So you can see they're a lot smaller than our normal dimensionals. I'm going to place it behind the head. I want to make sure when this ships or delivers, or mails, that's the correct word, that it's not going to get crushed. Just like so. And right behind the kneecaps. There you go. Set that aside. Here's our sweet little deer. There you have that bouquet technique with the snow falling. It's just so gorgeous. You can stamp the deer and place him down, or her. Actually, it's a her, right? Because she doesn't have any bucks or whatever. Maybe it's just a baby one, I don't know. And there is a sweet, easy handmade card. Now, I love to stamp the inside. So what would you stamp on the inside, do you think? You can see other cards that we've done on this very technique on my blog. But why not just use that reindeer again and use the gray granite? First of all, a friend of mine, Helen, She's so funny. She used to decorate her cards super decorated on the inside. And so I asked her why. I mean, they're so beautiful, but it was such a little area to write. She goes, that's why. I didn't always have a lot of words, she'd say, but I do like to have the crafting. There you go. A sweet little deer inside. Grab those snow and the Delicata ink. This is an easy way, you guys, to take your projects up a notch. And here's my grid paper. I'm gonna slip that underneath. Oh, for heaven's sakes, everything's kind of in my way. And put it near the deer. That just makes your card look a little bit more finished. You can actually write into the silver and it's not gonna be offensive or distract from the beautiful handmade card. So here with a simple little technique, coloring is easy, especially when you have the right tools. We have this beautiful card there that when you open it up, looks like this. Isn't that magical? Don't you just love that? I hope that this brightens your day. Don't miss out. You can see all these tutorials on my blog, as well as join us for Facebook Lives and more at gettingcrafty.net. That's gettingcrafty.net or facebook.com/gettingcrafty.net. Thanks for joining me. Send a little bit of sunshine and cheer. Look at this gorgeous card with untraditional colors like the Rococo Rose and a beautiful handmade card. I hope this brightens your day and brings it a little bit of beauty. Have a good one. Bye.